Blog Talk Radio.
Yo, what's bangin', man? This your boy Nutso. Mr. Get With It to get your face knitted. Reppin' that Q Borough, nigga. Flushing Queens, man. I'm out here with my motherfucking family. You already know what it is when you hear that. Ooh, hey! Yeah, nigga. Screwball Radio with Black Poet and King Eric. Common, what up? This is what we do, man. Nutso, Queens. Was brangin', nigga.
Yeah. It's your boy Life Liggy Long, live from the pandemic. Yeah. So keeping the vibes right. You know what I'm saying? We got Screwball Radio with your man King Eric, Black Poet. Shout out my man Common. You know how we do. You know what I mean? Screwball Radio. Get in tune, baby. We out here. Let's go.
Screwball. Yeah, what up, man? It's your boy Common, man, Screwball Capo, and I'm here on Screwball Radio with my brother Black Poet and King Eric.
You know what it is? It's Escape, the drippiest of Screwball. I'm here with the wildest and the grimiest, King Eric and Black Poet at Screwball Radio. Oh yeah, shout out my big bros for life, Ty Nitty, Kyron, Common, Bronchek, rest easy KL Hostel.
What's hood good with y'all? This your big homie, Prodigy Hood from the South Central Cartel. I'm tapping in with the homies, Black Poet and Eric Mossberg at Screwball Radio. Bang that.
What's up? This is Prince Power Rule, a.k.a. Marcano from the Leftovers, and you're listening to Screwball Radio with my man Black Poet and King Eric. Yeah.
What it is, y'all. This your player partner, the legendary Cocaine. And look, I want to give big ups to my East Coast family. Shout out to Screwball Radio, you dig? Man, big ups to Common, Black, Poet, and my nephew Eric Mossberg. That's what it is, Screwball Radio, Buddy Boys, the legendary Cocaine. We on that Monkey Wasn't Funky campaign, you heard? Man, keep it wiggling.
Screwball.
Up, yo. Radio live.
Yo.
Man, you already know. Black Poet on deck. My nigga Comet on deck. My nigga King Eric on deck. What up, niggas?
Yeah.
Dipset. Ooh, boy, we had some action this week, boy.
Yeah, some good old-fashioned.
Hip-hop is back, man.
Good
old pop.
Yeah, some good old-fashioned hip-hop.
Good old-fashioned curse word music. What's goody, my niggas? How y'all, man? What's up?
Man, that was straight up abuse right there.
Yeah, man. For everybody that don't know, niggas did the L versus Foxville motherfucking Dipset. It went down. Madison Square Garden was the battle zone. Shit was real. Hip hop back in the building. It's crazy.
Yeah, it definitely was dope. You know, I heard that right before the show, Puff called, you know, the Locks to tell him, you know, do your mixtape freestyles.
Say word.
So they came in the game like, you know, they came in to take heads off. They ain't come to be flashy or nothing, you know. But, yeah.
Hey, songs are songs, nigga. Come to do things. Don't come to you out to them niggas. Them niggas have no energy, man.
They came.
Yeah.
The lots came ready. Them dudes. It seemed like to me that the lot. I mean, said that this check just came there just for the check. Really, most likely Cam. He should at least came with the pink on.
I also heard that if y'all ain't, I don't know if y'all follow Fat Joe, but just before they was about to go on, Cam was going to leave.
Word, man, what's that about?
Like he was about to leave, and then he was like, all right, let me go in the building. He was about to leave the building.
I don't know what that was.
Because he didn't want the smoke.
Probably knew the niggas weren't prepared, man. And
when Kissy applied that pressure on him.
Yeah, it was some serious.
That remind me of, Busy B, Kumo D. That's what happened with Kumo D and Busy B. Busy B didn't know that shit was going to happen. Kumo D came there. Busy B was the rapper, the fly rapper. You know what I'm saying? He rocked the crowds. Kumo D is the serious, wordplay nigga. You know what I'm saying? And got up there and went at him. So, that shit remind me of that. I don't know. The young people don't know about the Kumo D versus Busy B battle. Look that up. You can only listen to it. That's what just happened just now in the neck in the garden.
What guys? Speaking of which, man. Speaking of which, though, I think we got our guest of the night on the line, man. We got Skyzoo on board.
Peace, what up, man? Peace to Skyzoo.
What's good? Can y'all hear me?
Yeah. We can hear you, man. How you, man? Welcome to the show, boy.
Oh, man, appreciate it, man. Everything is good. Everything is smooth,
Yeah, man. New York City, man. New York City's one of New York City's fire spitters right here, man. Skyzoo, man. Let these niggas know where you at, where you from, what you represent, my nigga.
Oh, man, first, I appreciate that, man. I appreciate the words, man. Skyzoo, Brooklyn, New York, tapping in with the homies on the call-in and the sit-down tonight, you know what I'm saying? And, for those who know what it is, for those who don't, MC, lyricist, ghostwriter for a bunch of people, and somebody who just puts out music that stands the test of time and been doing so for a good minute now. So we just here to keep it rolling.
All right. What part of Brooklyn you hail from?
From the Sky.
Ooh, do or die. Tell you to stop.
Yeah, you already.
Hardcore niggas, man. Word, man. When you was going up in the hood, man, I was back in the days, man. I know they had the punk jams and all that shit coming up, man. But tell me about how it was for you, man, your hip-hop experience coming up out there. BK.
For me, I literally grew up a block away from Biggie. So that was kind of, my, that was all you needed. You know what I'm saying? Like, I started rhyming when I was 9, so I started rhyming before Big Blue. But by the time Big Blue, I was like 12, you know what I'm saying? So I was a kid, but I was already rapping. I already had these visions of taking it to the next level at some point when I got older. And then just seeing Big and JM and all them up the block, it was just like, oh, nah, this could really happen. If you never believe something can happen, all you got to do is see it in front of you. So when seeing them go for it, I was like, oh, this could really happen. Those guys live up the block, and they everywhere. They took over the world, you know what I mean? So as a little kid, 12, 13 years old, that was all I needed.
That's dope.
Yeah,
man.
definitely. When I hear Skyzoo, you could hear it. You could hear like almost like the cadence of the Big and the J and the flow, like the stabs, like you could hear all that coming from you, like you definitely put it together right,
Nah, I appreciate it, man. I'm a student of the game, so for me, Big, Jay, Nas, the Genius, like even outside of Brooklyn, you know what I mean? Just New York as a whole, like, those guys raised me from afar. They didn't know me, but I was a kid, with the Walkman and the tapes every single day, and they raised me. So now when people hear me and they know what I do and they see the way I do it, and they're like, damn, he wanted the elite, he wanted a few. Well, that's why, because I'm a student of the game, and I'm big on always remembering where that came from. So no matter what I do and where I take it, I never forget how this whole thing started and who's the reason or the reasons why, I'm able to put my thing together the way I do. I grew up studying those guys.
Yeah, that's dope. Like you can hear that.
You know, I wanted the people here what the fuck we working with right now. You heard? Word up.
You already.
Get that shit queued up, though. Let these motherfuckers hear Saturday motherfucking night. We in the Matrix. Skyzoo in the building.
Definitely.
We'll let y'all hear.
Definitely
exactly
feeling a couple joints off of there. Yeah, that Bodega Flowers. I was feeling that joint.
Yeah,
that was dope. And
appreciate it.
There's a couple gems in there, man. There's a couple gems in there.
Yeah, the new album
you like listening to wordplay,
things, you know, and it's been tearing up the world, man. Everybody's going wild for it. A lot of album of the year talk, a lot of top list talk, you know, the top of the list and all that, and you know, it's just another piece of the catalog, man. It's another brick in this house that I've been building. So, you know, it's all good things, and I'm appreciative of it.
Dope. You should be, man.
Right now, we're going to get to it, man. We're going to play one of the joints you got from your album. This here was one of my favorites as well. It's called Free Jewelry.
Yeah, that was dope.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yep.
Let's get into that shit. Screwball Radio, live from the Matrix. Skyzoo.
With all this money that we can make, why don't y'all just lead the way? Do you want to get money or not? Do you? Do you want to get money or not? Do you?
When looking for the salvation, there was a realization of a dream deferred that spawned from making music for my friends and was all in celebration of us. It became all the brilliant things, right? Yeah, still untwisting my cables. Still through a day till a day that I push a trade through. But still winning offered you jewels and let them bathe you. Still saw fit to force them to celebrate you. Money under the table. The beat backpacking, the theme is trap rapping and seeing what a parade do. Money under them cables. And every jewel came with a price tag as high as a pipe blast. And due to that price point, a 40 in a mule and I offer the move. Concerned Joe and the whole layer storms. And the truth is I'm just throwing you analog. My whole catalog is like I'm shooting a spike joint. Cause when they told us say la vie, I ain't take my seat. I stood on top of that table and I sprayed my piece. And the ones who followed along is who they gave my reach. But how can I be appalled when they was raised by me? So if you wondered, I'm nothing that you say I be. Cause even if you say you get it, it's usually a layer missing. And I'm cool with all the casualties tucked in the way you listen. Word to the reality tucked in the way I picture. And all of what it be coming with. All the loyalty that's attached to who you be running with. Running since forever, so it seems. And you even sowing seams and cutting them. Dudes that are killed for you and still don't know your government, but know the way you fuck with him, so he be the same. And when you are who you are, then that's easy to claim. They preach loyal like that, they taught it like that, did what they had to do with it and brought it right back. Juggling and hope they don't jam you behind a wall with a plug with family behind a wall. They force them to turn bilingual by default, baby, let alone. But still won't leave that house without their Rosetta Stone. Cause conversations can body you off of context. So don't mistake me, yo, I don't do this for complex, nor pitchfork or any other facade. Where the culture is determined while chugging the PBR and telling you how to represent all of the shit that you made while they moving your building with their roommates. I get it, I do, but remember who you listening to, and I would never let you make me bid you adieu. I'm from the K, so as cool as I keep shit, I grew up on some heroes keep the tool in the Jeep shit. And know that while my mind is seeing through your design like blind fury, I'd rather help you to find a jewel than to find a jury, right? So shout to where we grew up and all that it gave us. After the culture war and before the invasion. And on a basic level, I fuck up a favorite. You got a words and say it, make you a classic like my first LP. And all before after it, and all the mixtapes in between, and all the collaboratives. And no, I never did none of this for me. I did it for everyone up underneath. So know that the jury get handed out around here. Know that the jury get handed out around here. Know that the jury get handed out around here. Know that the jury get handed out around here. Know that the jury get handed out around here. Know that the jury get handed out around here. Know that the jury get handed out around here. Know that the jury get handed out around here. Know that it's due. And I promised you that I would make sure that it shine. I made sure that it shine. I made sure that it shine, yo. I promised you I would make sure that it shine. I make sure that it shine. Shit, I make sure that it shine, yo. Now that you got it, you just make sure that it shine. You make sure that it shine. You make sure that it shine, yo. Now that you got it, you just make sure that it shine. You make sure that it shine. You just make sure that it shine. Go. rushing, jury purchasing, 47th Street murdering. Tell them hit the buzzer, these rubber bands be assertive, and I'm trying to slow them down. I told them that y'all ain't leaving yet, but they used to the change on the block, so they just see a threat, and they be goddamn if they don't jump in y'all pocket for you to bust a Yui and take them back where the block is.
Ooh. That's what I'm talking about, son.
Yeah.
Son is ill with it. Skyzoo. What's goody, my nigga, man?
Yeah, that's Free Jewelry. That's the opening joint of the new album, man. I didn't hear you. What you said?
I said, who do you use mostly in your production?
Oh, man, I'm blessed to be able to use a ton of different people, man. I think the beauty of it is, you know, a lot of them is people that we all know and we all came up with and legends, and then some of them is new guys, like that guy right there, you know, who did that beat. His name is Derek Beats, man. He's an up-and-coming dude from Germany. I found him on the gram. Somebody tagged me. One of my mans actually put me onto him, and then somebody else tagged me on the page, and one of my mans put me onto him, like, yo, check this kid out. And when I heard it, I was like, yo, this is nuts. And the kid just hit me like, yo, if you want it, it's yours. And I was like, yeah, let's do it. And now he on the album opening it up, and it's like his first placement ever. You know what I mean? So it's a lot of that, you know. But also, I mean, man, I got whole albums with Pete Rock, Apollo Brown. You know, I've worked with everybody from Just Blaze to, you know, the list goes on and on and on. Like, it's crazy, man. So it's still being able to, you know, work with this whole circle of guys that's legends and then guys that's gonna be legends soon. You know, I don't discriminate when it comes to the beats, man. Like, whoever got it, put it over.
I asked you that because I want to know, you know, I kind of missed the time in the days of the MC producer teams, like the Pete Rock, the CL Smooth, the Premier and Gurus, you know. I kind of missed that, man. And I think there's a big hole in hip-hop right now because there's nobody out right now like that. Who's the MC producer team?
Right. No, I feel you. Yeah, that's why whenever I drop, I always go back and forth. You know, I'll drop one album with a bunch of different producers on it, and the next one will be me and one producer. You know, I always go back and forth. So, like, before this album, the last one was me and Pete Rock on the whole album. You know, we did 12 joints together. You know, Retropolitan dropped in 2019. So I always do that. I'll do one album with one producer, and then I'll do an album with a bunch of different people, and I kind of bounce back and forth.
That's dope. That's a lot. I like that formula. I might have to check that formula, huh?
You can hold that. It's all good. You can hold that.
For real. Yo, man, I want to get into some more Skyzoo, man. Son's got some fire, man. We gotta let the people hear the song.
For sure, man. I gotta hit y'all with Bed-Stuy is Burning. One of my favorite.
Yeah, let's do that. Yeah, I appreciate it, man. That's produced by my man Rashid Hadi. It's featuring Hypnotic Brass Ensemble. They are a 9-piece jazz band from Chicago, and all 9 of them is brothers. You know, if you're not hip to them, look them up. They're amazing, man. So this is Bed-Stuy is Burning, featuring Hypnotic Brass Ensemble.
Dust that shit off.
Screw is you and me, there's a mayor on every block. Singing the dramatics and playing with Ready Rock. Usually it seems like he waiting to catch a drop. You clinging to his habits, he's saving you from a spot. Round the wave work, jewels in the ground, hit the pay dirt. Love is love, you in good hands. Dennis Haysbert, openly protected by who you be neck and neck with. See you looking over like, look at what they done made work. Circling the block, I know your call before you start. Put your phone down, Pierre Moss to the heart, word the whole of that. Love it or leave it, we afforded that. 20D batteries, count them wrong, bought them back. Attracted to what you see on the screen, but then thinking you could recast it to keep what you need. Keep it cool, shit is cool, you don't need me to lead. Word to God, it's nothing to let you be who you be. I mean for real though, cause the vibe still in the sky. 30 floors up, burnt the vibe clear out the sky. I had a view worth a mill, but views get for real, and views you get killed when you ain't here to buy. But there's a vibe still in the sky. 30 floors up, burnt the vibe clear out the sky. I let this happen to you. Please, Atlanta, don't let this happen to you. Please, DMV, don't let this happen to you. Please, LA, don't let this happen to you. Please, Detroit, don't let this happen to you. Please, Chicago, don't let this happen to you. Please, Texas, don't let this happen to you. Please, New Orleans, don't let this happen to you. Your home and make a concern, don't let this happen to you. True to what you heard, they want this back like a loop. They gave you a curve and kept you back on the stoop. And now what they prefer is to help you pack when you move. And an argument is made for calling out a blame. Visions of a doorstep and all that it became. And they ain't had a heart to stand on it till today. Smoke all clear and they just wanting to remain. Funny, ain't it? The bottom of the bag is what you make it. Jump the line, cause I ain't never seen money waiting. Shit you ran from is what you trying to run away with. And brownstones and flip the salvation underrated. So let's tag a dotted line if you care to survive. And if not, pick a spot and just be here for the ride. The aura of quarter waters over Mary J. Blige. My neighborhood give you life, but was you here when it died? Riddle me that, right? Cause the vibe fell in the sky, 30 floors up, burnt the vibe clear out the sky. I had a view worth a mill, but views get for real and usually get killed when you ain't here to buy. When the vibe fell in the sky, 30 floors up, burnt the vibe clear out the sky. I had a view worth a mill, but views get for real and usually get killed when you ain't here to buy. Please, Philly, don't let this happen to you. Please, Atlanta, don't let this happen to you. Please, DMV, don't let this happen to you. Please, LA, don't let this happen to you. Please, Detroit, don't let this happen to you. Please, Chicago, don't let this happen to you. Please, Texas, don't let this happen to you. Please, New Orleans, don't let this happen to you. Block party every summer, 40 acres and a mule. Same block where it was from and it became a living proof. Last of a dying breed, praises is due while you cursing out the stage from your roof. You came here itching for the vibe, take it with us if we gone. No money in styles, blame the pictures on the wall. A box of Kennedy fried got you thinking you involved. Shit is smooth, I was there too before I moved along. Funny, ain't it, right? Cause the vibe fell in the sky, 30 floors up, burnt the vibe clear out the sky. I had a view worth a mill, but views get for real and usually get killed when you ain't here to buy. When there's a vibe fell in the sky, 30 floors up, burnt the vibe clear out the sky. I had a view worth a mill, but views get for real and usually get killed when you ain't here to buy. Please, Philly, don't let this happen to you. Please, Atlanta, don't let this happen to you. Please, DMV, don't let this happen to you. Please, LA, don't let this happen to you. Please, Detroit, don't let this happen to you. Please, Chicago, don't let this happen to you. Please, Texas, don't let this happen to you. Please, New Orleans, don't let this happen to you. Chopped cheese and Kennedy fried and dollar Arizonas and 4 wings with fried rice and extra duck sauce. All of the reasons you was out front for coming with us if we up and gone. Chopped cheese and Kennedy fried and dollar Arizonas and 4 wings with fried rice and extra duck sauce. All of the reasons you was out front for coming with us if we up and gone. Best eyes burning.
Yo, Skyzoo. Where you at, boss?
Peace, I'm here.
Yo, man, I gotta tell you, man. I can listen to you all fucking night.
My man, I appreciate that, man.
Word is born. There's
real.
something about your flow, man. Something about your boy, nigga can listen to you. Your lyrics is crazy. You know what I'm saying? You bad tight with it, my nigga. All the way.
Man. Thank you, man. I appreciate that, man. You know, that's what the thing is all about. You know what I'm saying? So I appreciate it, man. And, you know, with that record right there, just like the rest of the album, the whole album is a concept piece. You know, the whole thing is about gentrification and cultural appropriation and what's been taken from us. You know, it's about our communities being taken from us. It's about our culture and what we built, our music, the way we move, everything that we do that's starting to be taken from us left and right by those who don't look like us and don't come from where we're from and don't walk our walk. And it's just about realizing what that is and trying to put a stop to that and get some ownership back on what we've created and what we've built, you know. So that side's burning, man. Like I said, there's a fire still in the sky, 30 floors up, burnt the vibe clear out the sky. You know what I mean? Like, that side's burning, man, along with the rest of the city. But, you know, somehow, some way, we got to try to put that fire out and get back to what's out there.
Yeah, man, that shit like that, man, we gonna have to make sure that shit get out there, man, hardcore. That shit need to be like prime time, you heard? For real.
Yeah,
that shit
not
make
real.
Prime time. We need to hear that shit like every day on the radio, you know what I'm saying? We need to hear Skyzoo all the time. So we gotta do what we gotta do to bring our underground niggas up to the top.
Right. I agree with you 100%, but you know what, at the same time, like when you have outlets like what y'all got going on with this right here, you know, we good because that gives us lane and that gives us room to breathe and do what we got to do. You know, we want to reach those different plateaus and like you said, you know, on the radio all day and all that, as well as rocking with brothers like yourselves because y'all hold it down for us and y'all get busy, so y'all ain't going nowhere, and that's what it's about. It's about that foundation with people like y'all, you know?
Yeah, man. This is the blast off spot, you know, down here. This is where niggas blast off from. You know what I'm saying?
100%.
We gotta make sure
100%.
that niggas blast off though. We gotta make sure y'all niggas get the right proper blast off.
Word up.
You know? That way y'all niggas can go ahead and we can make room for the next nigga.
Yeah. And keep it flowing.
Word. I need some more Skyzoo in my life, man. What's the deal?
Yeah, we got more coming, man. We got this track here called I Was Supposed to Be a Trap Rapper.
Yeah. I was supposed to be a trap rapper, produced by J.R. Swift. Shout out to J.R. Swift, that's my man, yo, produced by him. And yeah, it's a mean one, man. Let's get into it. Whenever y'all ready, we can press the button.
Yeah, man, drop it, man. Let's get to it, man. I gotta hear some more time. Skyzoo live.
I was supposed to be a trap rapper, mistaken identity. Stabbed me with the backpackers and made it all comfortable. Sweet as a redeemer, dunking a blade brown. I'm still leaving with Demeter. Shouts to who came round when I was speaking through your speakers on wanting to stay down and the belief that would feed us like this turning of that, return of the pack. Where I follow you forever like a murder detached. I was front row seats for what you heard in my raps. Jumping in and out the ring like an emergency tap. I got a same rule apply, aim do or die, but put a mirror in front of me to save who's alive. Like picture James Baldwin in a room with Frank Lucas's and Nicky Bonds's and all of their influences. And the mood of it the same color of the magic. True to the hue of it like you was slumping off a habit. I was trying to kind of blow it, but everyone around me was meeting with Guadalupes and eating the conduit with a trunk full of reasons to see what you follow through with. And bet I understood every dollar they spent to prove it. All together from wherever we bound by. Same block where they sell you a pack out of Crown Fried. To put me in your deck is like I brought you around mine. Just as long as you never expect me to downsize. Word to immunity and all that it do for me. Cause double entendre seem to fit more suitably. They sold you a paradox, I ducked those beautifully. Figured it's worth it on the way out like duty free. Truthfully, the price tag of what it took of me to get to me. The nerve of me trying to flood Fulton Street with Dilla B. Bet I did all of the above, it was soliloquy. Made trappers go nuts to donuts. The makings of a sacrificial lamb with the backings of a band. Trumpets wrapped around me, rapping about Saran. And all the superheroes that would pack them into stands. And how everything you waited for could happen in advance, right? Bottle service, rightfully in the picture. My morning after was playing night beats for strippers. Call it a beautiful decay at its best. The greatest balancing act that ever came off the steps. With the same ones next to me posted up on whatever's left. Same jeweler, whether it's Jesus pizza or treble clef. Yeah, and if you was there, then you understand. We all came fully prepared with rubber bands. But the more that I was point blanking and forever, the wilder it seemed to me to be stringing this together. Word fly around like we all out on the front page. Third time around, it's more common that one day it all makes sense, depending on who was talking. But me penning for me is me penning for Yusuf Hawkins. And press and play for who be with it out the top drawer. Spending money off a lockjaw in the Glock store. And from it all, no me to forever rep. My tug of war was LB and LOX. Turned it to a hybrid and found a way to kill. The hood thought I was wild for turning down major deals, right? Somebody I write for say, yo, let it breathe. They don't deserve all of that work that you be setting free. I said I could, but if I don't, then they don't get to leave. Nor do they get to ignore what the message reads. He agreed and said, regardless, you know that you got it. And I proceeded with the part where I show him his pocket. Took the call for what I seen when no one would show it. My window face shootouts, drug overdoses. Envision and splitting up Penny with my son later. And hoping that he understand what this run gave us. Music for my friends out the trap who in the box, either one, while my fat beast fans save me a spot, right? money pouring, give us anything but privacy. Cause now my old window's a commodity. I guess I gave too much of a fuck when I noticed too many moving vans. Truer words was never written by truer hands. Cause yo, I was supposed to be a trap rapper. Club walkthroughs, baller alert pose, huh? Yeah, I wasn't supposed to be a backpacker. At least that's what they tell me when I'm back home, right? Listen, I was supposed to be a trap rapper. Fashion over ads, brick money phones, right? Yo, I wasn't supposed to be a backpacker, but shout to the hybrids who followed on my road. Paper made trying to poke something. Bag on me, I can float something. Docked on it like the boat coming. Plug paid, I don't owe nothing. Thank God how the snow coming. Thank God how the stove jumping. Name another tag team that can stand still for sure run it. Cause see, as far as the drip, know that I got it to give. Cop work with a go yard, treated as part of the flip. Drug sales come with shooters, and model bitches to maneuver. Y'all made it cool to be the user, so I get paid and be the loser. Fuck it, type of time my eye on. Clock leaning like a sidecar, birds moving like bygones. Park traffic like Zion, fly pelican, fly young. Wings on them, let them take flight. Hit a sample with a box cutter, tongue numb, what it tastes like. $500 for a bottle head, $50 for a bottle.
That's what I'm talking about, man. That's what I'm talking about, man. You know what I'm saying? Ain't nothing wrong with the new sound. It's all about how you lay it down.
Yeah. And that record, you know, again, it's a concept record with you know, why the end
like
flips like that.
Shit.
And you know, it flips like that because on the record, you know, the peoples I grew up around, or my peoples, is outside. So like, you know, me doing the type of authentic kind of, you know, authentic and retro feeling hip hop, you know, my environment that I grew up in is a whole different type of time, you know what I'm saying? So like, if I was to follow, you know, what was going on around me and how I grew up and who I grew up around, I would be making trap shit. But I choose not to do that because I choose to focus on the real and the authentic. But if I wanted to, I could do that shit. So that was why the end was flipped like that, you know what I mean?
See, but that's dope though, because it shows exactly what I've been saying. Like, it don't matter, man. The new sound is dope. It's all about the nigga hitting on it.
Yeah, absolutely. Nah, I appreciate it, man. Right. Absolutely, no doubt.
Straight That's what we do here, Screwball.
That's definitely one of my favorite joints. That's definitely my favorite joint on that album. One of them. You know, there's a lot of gems on there, man. I like how y'all, you know, y'all. It still got that hip hop feel to it. Y'all still, you know, like you got the Bush Baby sample that was, you know, the Remember Where, you know, like that's crazy.
Yeah,
you know, like just the old and the new and giving it to the new school, and you know, the kids don't know really because ain't nobody showing them. But this right here, this is good music. This is great music.
Nah,
you know.
Nah, yeah, you
I love
real,
the
man.
composition.
You know,
I love,
like you said, it's kind of the old and the new, like just bridging it and bringing it together. You know what I mean?
Yeah, because you know that everybody know that sample. That's old school right there.
Right.
And then you flipping it with the orchestration around it, and it's just, you know, it's good. It's good for the ears, man. Good music will always make you feel good, man. That's what this music do. If you went to hip hop,
that's real.
Y'all gotta go get this album. You know, ATBT.
all the brilliant things. Yep, that's it. All the brilliant things, man. It's everywhere. Everywhere that you get music, you know, physical, digital, vinyl, the whole vibe, streaming, everything. That's everywhere that you get music. Shout out to Mellow Music Group, put the album out with me, you know, and it's a beautiful piece of work, man. Like I said, the whole thing is about gentrification and cultural appropriation. So it's a beautiful piece of work, and I'm super proud of it. And the response has been incredible, man. Everybody and their mother is, yo, son, you got the album of the year, you got the best joints, you got one of the best joints released of the year, and all the top lists, you know, the top joints of the year so far. Like, it's just doing what it got to do, man.
Yeah, it's definitely.
Let me ask you a question. Though, God. What you thought about?
Yeah.
What you thought about that little battle shit down with the Locks and the Dipset?
Oh, that shit was amazing, man. That shit was amazing. You know, for me, first off, it's all about the city. So I'm glad the city was able to get busy and capture the world. You know what I mean? Like, you got the whole world talking about the city again. And it's been a while since the world talked about our city the way it needs to be. So, you know, that was one. Two, you know, I'm LOX all day, man. I've been LOX my entire life, baby. Like, I'm LOX 150%. Much love to the Dipset. Much love to them. You know, they definitely, you know, put their flag in the dirt for decades. But I'm LOX, baby. Like, that's my favorite group ever. You know what I mean? I'm LOX.
Hold on one second, man. I think we got some sound problems. Comment is clear.
Uh-oh.
I don't know if clear. E, you clear. I don't know, man. Somebody is not clear.
I hear him clear.
Y'all good?
Yeah, I hear him clear.
I hear some static.
Okay.
There's a lot of static. Okay, it's clear. Super clear now.
Yeah, but like I was saying, I'm LOX to the death, man. Those are superheroes to me. You know, I was in high school when they dropped, and man, those are superheroes. And now they turned into my homies. You know, I got records with Jada. I got multiple records with Styles. You know, like those are my homies now. So it's love. But yeah, it was incredible, man. They went to war. They got crazy with it, and it was amazing.
I got a question. I got a question for Skyzoo. I know you can't reveal who you've written for, but like, how do you get into that? Like, you know, how did it come about? Like how they get presented to you? Like, yo, yeah, like, you know, like, what made you want to do that?
Yeah, you know, as a writer, you know, I always felt like it was something that I would be able to try my hand at and make that happen. You know, just as a writer, believing in myself, knowing what I do, knowing how I get busy or whatever. And it's always something I wanted to see, you know, what it was looking like, because at the end of the day, it's another outlet as far as revenue, you know, it's another stream. And then also, you know, it's another side of the game that you could be in, you know. So it was just about having my flag planted in different parts of the ground, you know. So when I was trying to get in that, man, I didn't really know who to get with, and I kept running into these dead ends. And then my man Ill Mind, man, he's an amazing producer, you know, who has he's been working with everybody under the sun. He's pretty much worked with, man. And me and him been really close for years. And Ill Mind was doing some work with some people out in L.A., and when he came back to New York, he was like, man, yo, I was with so-and-so. They need writers, man. They need writers. And I was like, yo, next time you go, let me know what up. He was like, yeah, I'm going to bring you with me. And the next time he went, I went out there with him to L.A., and we just started working on some records with some people. And then he was just bringing me in the room with all these people. And they was just going crazy, like, yo, what's up? What we got to do? So my first trip out there, man, I was out there for a week. I planned the trip for a week. I wound up staying 3 weeks because they didn't want me to leave. The people I was writing for, they didn't want me to leave. They was like, yo, just stay. We'll change your hotel. We'll change your flight. We'll change your rent-a-car, first class, suite at the hotel, or whatever you need. Just stay. And I was like, I bet. And I stayed, and I was writing for 3 weeks, man. And I was meeting other people who needed records, and I was bouncing around in their sessions. And it was crazy, man. And then the word just started snowballing. And, like, I remember doing radio interviews and them bring up, like, yeah, we heard you writing for so-and-so and so. And I'm like, yo, chill. Like, you know what I mean? Like, what is going on? And, like, you know, people started talking, like, yo, Sky, everybody talking about you writing. And, you know, it was like a secret that wasn't a secret no more, that, you know, Sky be writing for mad people.
It's crazy because, you know, hip-hop is about being original and you spitting your lyrics, you know. And you know, there's people that write for other people, but, you know, it's different, you know. Like, it's different. Like, you know, ghostwriting been ghostwriting forever, but when you come talking about hip-hop, and it's hip-hop, you know, it's all about originality and what you say, not so much what somebody wrote for you to say, and it's still being accepted. You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah.
I
agree.
Like, for instance, my bad. Like, for instance, when Jada came out and he spit Puff's verse, and then he was like, I wrote this. You know? But at the same time, for Puff, it's like, shit, it's out the bag. I mean, everybody knew, but now it's out the bag that you didn't write that, you know?
Right. Well, that's a dope example you gave, because here's how I look at it, man. You know, like you said, there's always been ghostwriting, you know, since early on, you know, since some of the earliest records in hip-hop, you know, there's always been that. my thing is, there's nothing wrong with ghostwriters. Obviously, I'm a ghostwriter, so I definitely don't want nothing to be wrong with it. But there's nothing wrong with ghostwriters and people getting help and all that, depending on the type of artist that person is. Like if you Puff or somebody like that, you know, when people think of Puff, and I love Puff, like Puff music raised me. When you think of Puff, you don't think Puff as the greatest MC ever. You think as one of the greatest label heads ever. You think of him as one of the greatest businessmen, one of the greatest producers, made timeless music, but you don't look at him as like, yo, top 5 MCs ever. You know what I'm saying? Like, so with those types of guys, when they get help, it's cool. But like when you got artists talking about, yo, I'm one of the greatest, I'm the greatest, yo, I'm the best, yo, nobody nicer, and you find out that those guys are getting help, that's when it's a problem. That's when it's like, yo, you supposed to be one of the greatest, you supposed to be one of the best of the new generation. Everybody going crazy.
Yeah, like
you looked at for your lyricism, and you call yourself the greatest. And if you're getting help, now we got a problem. So that's how I look at it.
Yeah, like look at Drake. Like look at Drake. Look at Lil Wayne. We all know that they've gotten help. We've all known, and they're the greatest. You know, they'll tell you that they're the greatest.
Right.
But we all know that people write for them. You know, but they still telling you they're the greatest.
Yeah.
You know,
it gets tricky, man. It does get tricky, man. You know, but like I said, as a ghostwriter, I'm never gonna not ghostwrite. You know what I'm saying? Like, ghostwriters be buying me stuff and like taking care of my house. So like, you know, I love it. You know what I mean? But you know, at the same time, as long as the writers is getting the respect that we deserve, you know, and the people who don't need help writing, you know, and they continue to be great, more power to them. You know what I'm saying? And like, let's just continue to keep hip hop strong, you know, and keep hip hop
like
where it needs to be.
One of the biggest records out there. My bad. One of the biggest records out there is Will Smith's record, Summertime. And for years and years and years, they speculate like Rakim wrote that verse. But when you ask Rakim, he said he didn't write the verse. You know?
Right.
But you wouldn't tell.
Right.
You know, if there's a check and there's a contract behind it, you'll never know. You'll never know if he wrote it or not.
That's what it's about. You know what I'm saying? It's about, you know, like with me, you know, like I don't know that situation. Obviously, you know, I wasn't there. I don't know that situation, so I would never speak on something that I don't know. But for me, all the stuff that I've written, I never talk about who I write for. People always ask me. I just did, you know, Talib Kweli's People's Party podcast, and you know, they was asking me on that, and I was like, I can't do it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I would never. Like, people know I write, but they don't know who I write for. You know what I'm saying? Like, I would never. That's just a code that I'm personally not gonna break. Yeah,
nah, you wouldn't. You know, it'll fuck up the money. You know.
Exactly.
You know?
Code.
Exactly.
Yeah, you guys. But it's dope. It's dope that those kind of opportunities are there. You know. Especially like,
it's a blessing.
You know, like
it's
I say,
a blessing for sure, man. Because you know, I'm able to. The good thing about it is that I'm able to make the type of music that I make. I can make records like Bed-Stuys Burning and Free Jewelry and, you know, Trap Rapper and all that stuff, and just do whatever I want musically, and then I could go get with these other people on the whole other side of the fence and be, you know, penning for them and just being in this whole other world. You know, I done been in sessions, man, at people's studios, and you know, they got chefs and waitresses and, you know, all that coming to us in the session. Like, you guys need more champagne? You need more crab legs? You need more this and this? And I'm like, hell yeah, bring it all. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's a whole different world from quote unquote underground backpack rap. You know what I'm saying? So I'm able to be in both of these worlds and get busy, man. And that's the true blessing of it all.
Yeah, that's dope, man. Congratulations, man.
And you're not letting it influence your craft in the worst way. You still putting out the fire music to keep hip hop.
Right, and that's a dope point, because you know I be around certain people, man. Like the people that I pen for, nobody would ever believe. Like, wait a minute, Skyzoo, who does all this New York quote unquote underground rap, he writes for who? He be with who? He be doing what? So like I could easily be like, yo, let me get with so and so. And put them on my record, or put so and so on my record, and I don't do that. Like you said, I don't let it influence what I'm doing. I'm not like, yo, you know what? I'm kind of in this mainstream world, real crazy with the writing. Let me switch and do this. Like, nah, my music and my legacy is my music and my legacy. You know what I mean? And what I do for other people is for them.
Right. That's dope, though. That's dope, because it's like you know, for 1 minute you stepping out of yourself to become these people, you know, because obviously you got to look at the people and then feel them out and see what vibe they on to even present them something that will remotely sound like if they did it anyway, you know, kind of like what Jay did for Dre and Snoop on that one record, you know, like he wrote Snoop part and he wrote Dre's part.
Right. Yeah,
you know,
100%.
That's dope. That's dope.
It's about observing your artists
all day,
and
man.
really picking their style out and how they will flow to it.
Say that again, bro.
Yeah, I'm just saying, like, it's about just observing artists and picking what style for that artist and picking what style of beat to write to. Like, there's levels to it.
Yeah. Oh yeah, no, definitely. A lot of times, you know, with the writing, you know, they'll have the beat that they want me to rock to and all that, and you know, they'll have a concept, or we'll come up with a concept together. Or I'll kind of interview them, like ask them, like, yo, you know, so what do you want this to be about? What do you think of when you hear this beat? What is it that you're trying to get off? You know, and then we'll vibe, and then I get to work. You know, so it's an ill thing, man.
Yeah, that's dope. That's dope. Being able to just split yourself out and yo, yeah, boom. Now I'm gonna be you for this brief moment. I'm you.
Right.
You know, that's ill.
Yeah.
You know, just the creativeness. You know, that takes a process. You know, because now you're not thinking about self. Now you're thinking about someone else. You know, it's easy to write for self because it's how you feel. But now you're bringing up what they feel, and I think that's ill. That's ill.
That's what made Biggie.
You got a dope album.
He wrote all the Junior Mafia. He wrote that whole album basically.
Word up.
Like, he was like 10 niggas.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel you.
Yeah. Yeah, that's fire though. That's fire. Dope album. You know, all the beautiful things. That's a dope album.
Yeah.
All your last joints too.
Yep.
All your last joints been dope too. You know, like you know, Take It Back with the Torre album. That was a dope album. For those that ain't know about it, Double Barrel, right?
Barrel Brothers. Yep.
That was with Marco Polo.
Yeah, well, Torre's album was Double Barrel with Marco Polo, but me and Torre did Barrel Brothers together. That was our album, Barrel Brothers.
Oh, okay.
And you did one with Apollo Brown too,
dope.
right?
Yep. The Easy Truth with Apollo Brown.
Dope.
Yeah, he's crazy, man. He's super fire, man. Shout out to my brother Apollo Brown. That's my bro, man. That's fam for sure. And yeah, we made magic with that, man. The Easy Truth that came out in 2016.
Yeah, he's been on a tear too. You know, he's got that. You know, he's got a couple joints out there. He's got the Shade Noir album he did. Apollo Brown.
Yeah.
Got the Planet Asia album. He got the Raz Pass project. Yeah, definitely on his grind. And just like you, man, like you've dropped the album just about every year for the last decade, right?
Every year, yep. Since 06, I've been dropping every year. Albums, mixtapes, EPs, collabo albums, the whole deal.
It's about the catalog.
Yeah, that's what it's all about.
Understand the importance of catalogs. Having that resume.
Catalog and consistency. It's all about consistency too. You know, you want to stay in their face because, you know, that's the way the music is today. Like they'll listen to your album this week, but next week they listening to a totally different album. But you just got to keep giving it to them so that way they can keep listening. Because, you know, they minds is not, you know, they not, before you used to listen to an album and you might rock that same album for a whole year because it was that ill. You know, now they listen to your album in a week and they already talking about the next album. Like, you got people that drop an album every month. Like, you know, you don't even let the people vibe out.
It's a different,
you know,
it's a different era, man. You know, we live in this microwave generation where, you know, there's literally a billion songs on the internet, from artists who are established to up-and-comers putting their shit on SoundCloud to, there's a billion songs on the internet, man. So, like, keeping people's attention is a different ball game nowadays. The quality and all that really got to be A1. Keeping people's attention is for real. You'll drop an album, like you said, you drop an album today, and then 2 days later, heads will be like, yo, when your next album dropping? And you're like, yo, I just dropped 2 days ago. And they be like, yeah, I know, it was crazy. I heard it. It was crazy. When you dropping something else? It's like, yo, come on, you just ate. You hungry again? You know what I'm saying? Like, you just ate, D. Like, so, that's the era we live in, man. And you got to feed the beast.
Yeah, but what's bad about that is that the content don't change. You're just saying the difference.
Right. Exactly.
It's the same album. You're talking about the same clothes that you wore on the last album.
Right.
It's all the same, And it's just saturated with that,
Except when you get a Skyzoo catalog. Except when you get a Skyzoo album. In that case, you're good.
Yeah, because your album is.
They basically remix the same album every 6 months and just add 2 new producers.
Right.
Yeah, even with the production, like for instance, someone that stays on it, his album's always dope, is Muggs, but he's consistent.
Right.
He got the Mayhem album, he got the Crime Apple album, he got the Fleet Lord album, but nothing sounds the same. But then you got other people that are artists that drop an album, but the lyrics sound the same. Different production, but it still sounds the same like the last album. That's what I don't like. I love hip hop. I love to hear hip hop, not just people rapping. So it's everything has to do with it, from the beat to the scratching to the composition to the rhymes. It all matters. You can't say, the beat is dope, but the lyrics is whack. Like, that's not hip hop. It's supposed to all coincide. Yeah. It's all supposed to be dope.
Yep. No, I agree with you.
Yeah, man.
Now you have any other videos incoming that you're working on next?
Yeah, I just actually shot something. What was that? Last week, I knocked out a video for the next run. I'm gonna put out Plugs and Connections off the album. So that video is coming soon, and I'm gonna be shooting a couple more videos and just keeping it rolling for the rest of the year. I really want the album to breathe for the rest of the year. Like we said, people are dropping every month. I don't want to do that. I drop every year to make sure I'm consistently in people's minds, but I also want to let the music breathe. So, we're going to drop a couple more videos and really keep pushing the record throughout the rest of the year.
Yeah, that's the best way to do it in my eyes, because the videos is what keeps the album going. You know what I mean? People might not have saw the video, and then you drop a video, and they're like, oh, yo, I never saw this, and now they want to check your album, and then you give them a new video, and it makes the album more enticing. It makes you want to listen to more, because now you got a visual to go with the song, so now you're going back and listening to the song itself, and, it all goes together. But you can't just keep dropping
100%.
Shit. That's, definitely not into the album every month,
Right.
It got it.
No, I agree with you.
It got to marinate. It got to marinate.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got it. It has to. Like, look at Dre. Dre put out 2 albums, and he's still marinating on a new one. There's no rush.
Yeah.
There's no rush. When it dropped, the people gonna want it just as bad as, they ain't never gonna forget about it as long as you keep giving them a little something. But, like I said, your album sounds like something that took time, and everybody was in tune with each other. It wasn't just, put the beat on and let me rap. It was more like, This is the vibe. This is where I'm going. This is what I want the people to see through my words,
Yeah, well, there's got to be there's got to be a story, there's got to be a theme, there's got to be a reason why you put these records together and why it all came together. And like I said, the guys that I grew up on, man, I grew up on Illmatic, I grew up on Ready to Die, Reasonable Doubt, Only Built for Cuban Links, Liquid Swords. Like, those are my go-to records. So when I think about creating an album, I think about the cohesion, like how cohesive all those albums were, how they were a story from A to Z, how the music told as much of a story as the lyrics did, and all that stuff matters. So when I go in there and make a record, all that type of shit is on my mind, you know?
Yeah, definitely. Definitely dope. You think you and Torre will ever do a new album?
Yeah, I think we got Poet back.
Yeah, you never know.
He was trying to get that
phone. Oh, okay.
We there? Everybody can hear me?
Yeah. I'm sorry, y'all. Actually, I'm back.
Okay. Yeah, as far as, you know, me and Torre, you know, that's my bro, man. That's family. So you never know, you know what I'm saying? When we did the first joint, we didn't know if we was going to ever do another one again or not, or, you know, make it a continuous thing like a group. But we said, you know, we at least want to do one. You know, the people was asking for it, the people was looking for it. We want to do at least one of them. You know, you look at EP&D, you look at Red and Meth, you know, all these different duos that came out, you know, MOP, Black Star, so many of them, you know, so many duos that came out and got busy. And I was like, you know, we going to give them one. If we never do nothing else, we're going to give them one and knock it out the park.
Yo. Yeah, as long as they get one.
Word up.
Yeah, man, my bad, man. Back to the Matrix, man. Got a little technical difficulty on my end. But yeah, man.
Good.
I know y'all niggas been playing some more Skyzoo, man, all this time, man. Gotta hear some more joints from them.
Yeah, we gotta hit them off with Bodega Flowers.
Yeah, that's another one of my favorites right there.
Yeah, Bodega Flowers featuring BJ the Chicago Kid, produced by my man Karl Marx, man. It's one of my favorites as well. Definitely a real special joint. Had a blast putting it together, man. Knocked it out the park.
Well, you know, I got to hear that, then let's go.
I want flowers, but I don't want to tell you I want flowers. Cause then you just gonna give me flowers, cause I want flowers. But I want you to give me flowers, cause you wanna give me flowers. I shouldn't have to tell you how much I want flowers.
Yo, salute to the pedals, give them an echo. Round of applause, you loop it, don't ever let go. Nah, handing Bodega Flowers out through the ghetto. The slab where the rose come from, the color of metal. Metal's being rewarded, a medal for being dormant. Try and get a handle on what you built like Geppetto. Swedish gelato, pronunciation errors full throttle like blue lives, the marble, the same as they did the day before. The only thing we got in common is not to play along, like you get what you came here for. Black attire in response to red roses. My attire matching the strap that they left smoking. So if we should get involved, then maybe we should do the same. One fist in the air, the other moving, who remains. Flowers for the thought of it. Another step for the section that's in support of it, right? My man straight out the gutter and he an alderman. Boxed every corner in. Eric gonna tease through his city hall offices. Shout out Khalif Rainey. Flowers for whoever's deserving before they take me. Love is love greatly, but back to the shit that made me. If seeing is believing, then that could be what betrayed me. Shit, I saw too much, or it could be the shit that saved me. So whether or not anybody reciprocate me, flowers is never maybes, not at all. Don't wait around, it's better you say it now, for real.
Till I at the gates to tell them you appreciate it.
You appreciate it, fuck the waiting, right?
Tell them,
don't wait around, it's better you say it now, it's better you say it now.
Give them their roses, but I can smell them. Why they alive, you should tell them.
Bodega Flowers, buy you a set, buy you what's left. Catch them all till it's credit galore, kindly in debt, right? Said it can't be that hard, out of respect, I'm 6'1", 215, obvious threat. So a bouquet is always appreciated, but it'll never be asked for. Just bet I react off what's left on this crash course. The motive you blast for, everything front and center, I don't never reach back for. Make sure my people's lit up the front like the dashboard. Ain't a flower missing, ain't a reason to snatch yours at all. Still in all, we clipping all, down to the ceiling fall. Respect died, heads high, kill 'em with the nod. Flowers for who bout it, ain't no twitching in they palms. Reason everything that surrounds it. Intuition, get involved. Then your face mask, sneak off. Race, draft, recall. Give us Larry David and y'all can take back Shamik Moore. Or maybe I'll just school him some. Get the retooling son. Word to Miles Morales, ignoring his father badges. In the middle of November, how I'm bumping summer madness. Next to these 4 green high rises that's so attractive, more or less, right? More or less, there you have it. Less is never more, but it'd be more than we'd imagine. Stealing on the floor, truly yours, automatic. And every flower out the corner store wrapped in plastic. Believe that. Don't wait around, it's better you say it now, for real. You appreciate it, fuck the waiting, right? Don't wait around, it's better you say it now, it's better you say it now.
But I want you to give me flowers, cause you wanna give me flowers. I shouldn't have to tell you how much I want flowers.
Bruh, my motherfucking flowers. All of us, whole neighborhood. Them shit's up for me, for the neighborhood, all of us. Ain't a flower missing, ain't a reason to snatch yours. Ain't a flower missing, ain't a reason to snatch yours at all, right? Yeah. Ain't a flower missing, ain't a reason to snatch yours at all.
I thought you might like these. I guess not. There is nothing like the smell of fresh flowers. Don't you agree, mother, sister? Summertime. All you can smell is the garbage. Smell overpowers everything, especially the soft, sweet smell of flowers. You don't mind, I'm gonna sit right here. Catch myself a breeze or two, and then I'll be on my way.
Ooh, hey, yo. That shit is so dope. That shit is so Brooklyn right there.
Haha. Appreciate it.
Word is bomb. You brought me to Brooklyn with that, son.
Word up.
Shit, before we sign off, though, man, I want to thank you again, man, for coming through, representing Screwball Radio. You heard live in the Matrix.
Oh, man. Man, thanks for having me on the show, man. I appreciate all y'all, man. I appreciate y'all holding it down and just representing the real, you know what I mean? I appreciate y'all bringing me on and us being able to vibe for a while.
Oh, yeah, you got to come back.
Yeah, definitely, man.
Yeah, no doubt. No doubt. We got to build, and, you know what I mean, whenever the next one come out or whatever, you know, we just keep it rolling, man. Like I said, I appreciate the support and guys like y'all, brothers like y'all, just holding it down and, you know, making sure that this music is out there for the world. You know, all the artists like myself, you know, all of us, you know, what we pushing for the culture.
Let's get it,
yeah,
man.
Definitely.
We got one more. I know we got one more.
You gotta give them the icing on the cake, man. And this one here, Sulfide.
All right, let's get it, homie.
Yeah, on that note, we got to be up out of here. Check us out next Saturday night, live in the Matrix, same time, same channel.
Wuhan, worldwide, Wuhan.
Skyzoo. Let's go.
Peace. Much love, y'all.
All the beautiful things.
To you. All the
Keep
brilliant
banging.
things, absolutely.
Yeah. Last call for alcohol, right? Last call for alcohol, baby. I mean, it might be a speakeasy around the corner or something, but we'll figure it out later. Last call for alcohol. Never liked when they hit the lights, but shit, you had a ball. More than you assumed when it sued, but what you knew was if you was late to the room, it still came to you after all. Everything I did was with you in mind, and there was always a mirror attached when I threw a line. As long as you doing fine, then my shit is duly lined. Depending on how you spell it, I took care of you and I. Oh, this was all expected. Properly tied, I was defined. When they was geeking, son, I was beefing with property lines. I gave you more. Came here to paint the store. Added happy trees with bodies decorate the floor. Rest in peace to Kelly and the homies that came before. And shout to all the broads who bought a body to make it yours. I was writing records that embodied what they endured, as well as who be loading up the shotty to paint a wall, along with who was ignoring the part where they aim at y'all. Like somebody got through to them, so what else could you do to them? I'm comfortable including them. When everyone was losing them, I was out pursuing them, feeling like I'm cool with them, so none of this was new to them. They've been in the loop with me, from every which way, but shit, it came together beautifully. It fit you all suitably, and it was worth the kitchen time. Pedals on the windowsill, you overdue to give me mine, for real. I was writing my retirement speech, looking back at all the grounds that I'd aspired to reach. I called Fontaine, we kicked it for an hour or three. Brotherly love, he put a little fire to me. He said, yo, you one of the few. Shit is obvious, B. So how you talking about retiring? You out of your beam. I said, bro, you got a point. That's why I called. He said, don't let these motherfuckers say when your time is gone. Look who you inspired, dog. I started to take a peek and counted all these greats that they were praising that came from me. Humble brag, I was too busy trying to save a culture to double back. More hands than I'd ever known, but still I juggled that. Shoulders like Kanye and Dad, the 7 with me. So whoever bet against me, tell him I spray back. Single-handed, other hand was playing 68 Olympics. Stretched out from Tommy to John, gave it distance. Justice to poetically speak on whatever matters, and gunning for the rest to believe it because it happened. You free to be on your capper. That's whether Captain Nick or Capper's passing the stick or capping back with the blick. The perils to understanding them all. My hand involved. Phil Withers' grandma hands, how I hand that off. Yeah, in search of Nirvana, I'm honored to tread it carefully. Room full of reasons why. Sing it, make it clear for me. This is it, like if this is the last joint, if this is the last hurrah, the last call for alcohol, baby. Gotta say whether you knew it or not, it's pretty much at the finest bar establishment, finest spirits and libations y'all could have had, baby. You might realize it now, you might have realized it back then, you might realize it later. Love.